like Monday.
Meet man with the stick.
Hello to all you Doctor Who fans. I'm speaking to you from the set of The Two Doctors, and I just want to say I'm very sorry I can't be with you.
I'm going to lash you to within an inch of your life. And then I'm going to have you.
The nature of Monkey was irrepressible.
I'm going to rescue her. I'm going to save Rose Tyler from the middle of the Dalek fleet, and then I'm going to save the Earth, and then, just to finish off, I'm going to wipe every last stinking Dalek out of the sky!
But you have no weapons, no defenses, no plan!
Yeah. And doesn't that scare you to death? Rose?
Yes, Doctor?
I'm coming to get you.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed, ladies and gentlemen. It's been a long time since I've seen the Monday intro. And I always have the same reaction. Why did I stop it there? The best freaking bit, right? That doctor has initiated hostile, whatever it was. Oh, that was awesome. That you know exactly what I'm talking about because you were there too. Maybe you weren't. I don't know who's this. And like, this isn't going to be a full stream. I was going to like record like an hour video this morning. I said, you know what? By Jiggery, I'll just do it live. I'll do it live, baby. I'll do it live. You know, that's the way I roll. Then I realized it's 9/11. I mean, like, oh, okay, wow, 22 bloody years. Like my kids, two of my kids weren't alive. I know one of my kids wasn't alive on 9/11, right? And I can't believe it's like 22 bloody years since it happened. A lot has happened in that time. Little of it good. Well, I don't know. Things are pretty good until 2015, 2016. And that's when I think, oh, man, do we fire up another giant Hadron Collider or something? Because the world's got funky ever since then, right? 26, listen, I liked Trump winning the election. I thought that was good. But the noise, I just thought the noise would die down, right? Straight away after, no, right? No. It got louder and louder and just relentless, right? Absolutely bloody relentless. I mean, like, man, part of me hoped when Biden won, like, well, you know, at least we can have a bit of peace and bloody quiet, right? No, it's just like, again, right? Like my wibbly wobbly worldview is that God wanted to demonstrate to the world the evil of the Democrats. And boy, when I say Democrats, I mean it's Democrats and 3/4 Republicans as well. And like in England, it's everybody, right? It's the entirety of the political class. Yeah, a lot of people are talking about Brexit right now, and I'm not sure. I'm not really following why. But like Stephen Fry saying, "Oh, it's an unqualified disaster, Brexit." It never happened. How can anybody possibly claim Brexit was done in any authentic way whatsoever? The civil service didn't want it, and they didn't deliver it. It was that bloody simple, right? The people said, we want this, and the people running the country said, oh, we don't care what you want, you unwashed masses. And I think they basically did the same thing in 2020 to the to America. Like, you don't get to bloody choose. You know, we give you puppet candidates that will do whatever they're bloody told, and that's it. That's your choice. You don't get a bloody say. And this idea of like real democracy, people are like, no, right? The people are just like, no, under no bloody circumstances are we going to have any real form of which, you know, seems to be the case, right? Things are just getting more and more overt every freaking day. I mean, I don't know. People still think that we're living in a normal world, right? And I don't know why they would think that, right? I don't know what you would say to look out the window and go, oh, yeah, this 9/11, yeah, listen, things are better than they were in 2001. No, they're not. Man, if I could live on a loop, right, from 2001 to 2015, 2016 even, right, you know, I think that'd be awesome. Right, I think that would be pretty darn good. I mean, listen, we get all the good Doctor Who. When was Capaldi's last year? Let's have a look. 1 second. Was it 2017? Doctor Who episode guide. When did Jodie rear her evil face, right? Well, okay, so looking at season 9. Oh, what was it? Season 9, season 10. So 2017, right? 2017. I guess, I have to put up with the last. It's okay, fine. It's worth putting up with that final year of just complete screaming all the time. So I get Twice Upon a Time, which I liked, right? Which I liked a lot. Dr. Alex in one of the comments said, no, that needed a rewrite, baby. I don't know. I was somewhat taken with Twice Upon a Time. I did enjoy that a lot. Here, let me show you something. By the way, I just thought I would throw up today's thumbnail again. This I forgot how much things I need to go. So the reason I'm doing this stream is because there's a bunch of articles I didn't get to last night. I want to clear the decks right before I do my Tuesday stream, and then the news of Redacted's coming out, and I forgot about it. They mentioned when we get last time get a press release about Redacted. Here, let me do a look up Doctor Who Redacted. Because they did the press release was a long time ago, right? News. Let's see how how far back it goes. Oh, come on, tools. Because it was it March? When was it? March 2023. It was a long time ago that we last heard about it, and I was like, oh, it's never going to happen. Oh, fine. Yeah, no, it was March 9th, 2023. This was when things started turning to shit, essentially. Hang on 1 second. It was, we had this, followed by Jinx Monsoon, followed by Doom. Oh, fuck me, Doom was awful. Right. I mean, like, Doom has been such a definition of this anniversary year. It really, really, absolutely have. But look, Redacted, for me, it was trans propaganda that was bad, right? Which I like. How is this connected to the new era, Rusty Davis' new era? Well, this was commissioned by BBC Sounds. So is it another thing like Doomsday that Russell really had no control over, or is he into it? Right? It's impossible to know. Right? My guess is when we see this David Tennant again, it's going to be replete with trans propaganda. Right? That's what I really think. It's going to be like a fun, great, interesting story with lots of trans propaganda, because that's I think the thing that's most important to Russell Davis now for some weird reason. Listen, I mean, look, to give you an illustration of how weird the world is that we're living in right now. This I think is very representative of Disney in 2023. Right? Let's check this out. Like, okay. That twerking is essentially an invitation for anal sex, right? This is not fun family fare, mate, right? This is not fun family fare. But I don't. Well, actually, there's quite a bit more on that topic. Let's talk about 9/11 first. We'll get to the chat, and then we'll get to all the things that we need to get to. I got a bunch of stuff. Had a bunch of stuff lined up, but I do want to talk quite a lot about Redacted, even though I'll probably get my channel spiked, right? And I'm certainly not going to cover it. Oh my god, I got a community strike over my review of Redacted one year. But yeah, listen. So let's start off with this again. Why do I love Trump, right? Why do I love Trump? Because he's so freaking funny. And is he trying to be funny? I don't know. But he is funny. Here, check this out. This is like, is this done by AI? Is this a Trump impersonator? Because it feels like it should be.
Through the horror of the September 11th terrorist attacks, can ever forget the agony and the anguish of that terrible day. It was a terrible day.
I mean, again, I love the way he repeats it was a terrible day. Terrible day. I mean, look, best terrorist ever.
The images of dark plumes of smoke billowing over lower Manhattan, the Pentagon, and a field of Pennsylvania. Such a beautiful field.
It's a field in Pennsylvania, Donald, mate. It was a field in Pennsylvania, which apparently was supposed to be the White House, but it was a field in Pennsylvania, Donald. I love the way he done that. Let's hear that again.
Pentagon and a field of Pennsylvania, such a beautiful field, are seared into our minds forever. We will never forget. Today, on this solemn anniversary of those monstrous attacks, we remember the 2,977 precious souls who were savagely taken from us on that morning 22 years ago.
You know, look, you may hate him, but boy, if he was America's president, nobody would be messing with America.
Leaving a void that can never be filled, No matter what happens, it can never be filled. We will say a prayer for each of the beautiful families they left behind, whose pain is beyond comprehension. What they've gone through is not even believable.
So I want to ask you a question, right? Because when Trump first came on the scene, right, when he first hoved onto the scene, I thought it was kind of full of shit, right? I mean, to a great extent. I didn't think he meant it when he said prayer and I didn't think he meant it. So for the last, 7, 8 years, he's been attacked and attacked and attacked and attacked and bullshit made up and bullshit made up and bullshit made up. Do you think he's a genuinely religious person now, right? Do you think he's like he does pray? I know, because look, the strength this one guy has is breathtaking. I honestly, I was attacked and defamed by my rabbi and 3 or 4 people on the board of my shul, right? And it crushed me into oblivion, right? Literally, this guy's attacked by the entire political establishment and the security forces and the intelligence services, and he's just like, I ain't stopping. It's insane, but also like the lack of dirt they have on him is incredible. So I don't know. I think he might be completely sincere, right? Here's the thing: when it first started, I thought he was like, yeah, of course he slept with Stormy Daniels. Yeah, why not? I'd be crazy if he didn't. But like now, the crazy people who hate him seems to have proved that I'm not proved. It seems to have demonstrated a real religious virtue in him. Maybe. Again, I can't put my hand on my heart and say it, but like, yeah, I think he does say a prayer. I think he is affected. I think he does stop and think like how much these people, like what a loss actually genuinely is. And you don't get that from politicians. Because politicians are normally like, my joke is this. I used to say politicians are normally like 2 or 3 notches below child molesters, in the morality stakes. And I said, no, that's silly. That's silly. No. Politicians normally are child molesters. They're not below them. They are them. Maybe. Anyway, let's see what else you have to say.
We honor the firefighters, the great New York PD, police department, what great people they are. They are so great. And the Port Authority officers, the Virginia, D.C., and Pentagon police, and the military service members and other first responders, actually all over the country, they acted with supreme heroism, and they went to the site of the most heinous crime.
I have to tell you, that's another thing about 9/11, right? It was terrible, right? Terrible. And one of the most incredible things that came out of 9/11 was the reboot of Battlestar Galactica, right? Which was completely a science fiction way of passing the trauma that was 9/11. I mean, like even down to they had a hallway on Battlestar Galactica where people put up pictures of people they lost trying to find them, right? But very much echo 9/11, right? But like, man, that ability to look up to and respect everyday heroes like the fireman, the policeman, that was great. That was great. Wouldn't you love to have respect for institutions like that now? I really would.
Would leave other states far away and go to the World Trade Center site, the Pentagon. They'd go to Pennsylvania. Who in many cases gave their lives in the line of duty. God bless the memory of all of those who perished in the 9/11 attacks. We will never, ever forget. We will never forget you. We love you. God bless their families, and God bless America. Thank you.
Listen, it's I haven't heard Biden's statement yet, but I don't think you can beat that, right? Look, I just don't think there's a way you can stop him being president, right? Other than killing him. I don't think there's a way you can stop him being president. So let's do a bit of a flashback to 9/11 on the day, a bit of Trump from then.
Months ago, Donald Trump passed through here, so we had a minute to talk with him. Let's roll that tape. You can see what he had to say.
Well, I've never seen anything like it. I've seen two huge 110-story buildings that are reduced to rubble, thousands and thousands of lives. I just got to see something that I've never seen before. I have hundreds of men inside working right now, and we're bringing down another 125 in a little while, and they've never...
I mean, like, man, he was absolutely front and center, right? Led from the front. And again, this isn't a Trump political broadcast. I just wish, people weren't less people in power weren't like massively more shitty than he was, right? He is.
Never done work like this before, and they're hardworking people, but they've never seen anything like it, and they've never done work like this before. It's terrible.
Tell me what it's like at Ground Zero. Tell me about the workers that you saw and what they're doing there.
Well, not only is it devastation, but it's very dangerous because every few minutes a whistle would go off and everybody would just run because you have all the buildings around it, which are in such a weakened state that people just don't know. And so...
Yeah, Building 7, right? Do you remember Building 7? They're like, yeah, we will never forget, apart from Building 7.
They just have to take off, and then they come back, and they're working under 50-story buildings that you don't know if they're going to fall down. So it's a terrible thing for the workers, and it's a terrible thing for the world, really.
How have you spoken to any of your men? Do you know how they're reacting to this? Because emotionally, this must be so incredibly difficult.
Well, there are a lot of them, but they've never seen bodies like this. I mean, the bodies all over. The great thing is when they find somebody that's alive, like the 5 firemen that they just found.
I forgot about that, right? I forget. This was right afterwards, right? When people were basically hand sifting through the rubble. If you weren't around there, people were hand sifting through the rubble. And when you heard somebody like a noise, they built a signal, and everybody stopped working, right? Everybody stopped moving, so you can try and. When was the last person they saved?
A little while ago.
It was like a week later.
So that's the great thing, and that's what they're all striving for. But generally speaking, that's not the case. That's not the case. So they are working very, very hard, but it's a very depressing situation for these folks.
As you walked around and as you saw the piles of rubble, there are thousands of families.
It was 27 hours later they pulled out the last person.
Out there who are hoping that someone might be in a pocket somewhere, still alive, still breathing, waiting to be dug up. As you assessed that damage from your perspective, do you believe that's possible?
Well, I would certainly not want to be the one to say it's not possible. Certainly it's a tough situation, but you can't give up hope because there's always hope. I mean, the 5 men, I'm sure their families thought that they probably were gone, and now they walk in the door. A couple of them walked away after they were dug out. So there probably are some more people in there, and therefore you can't give up hope.
You've had an impact on the skyline of New York. What is it like as you see it now?
It's like a whole different skyline. It's like a whole different city and world.
And his response to what he wanted to do on Ground Zero, he said, build back the Twin Towers like 1 story taller. He was 100% right. 100% right.
I cannot believe the sight of Lower Manhattan without the World Trade Center, and therefore we have to rebuild, not necessarily in that form, but we have to rebuild at least as good and maybe better.
Just finally, can you tell me emotionally as you walked around, we've heard some of the stories from the firemen. They're so exhausted and mentally and physically. What was it like for you personally to go in and see all of what you saw?
Well, it was amazing to see it. It was a very depressing scene, but I'll tell you what, you really can take heart. These firemen and policemen and the construction workers equally, the courage they have is unbelievable. I mean, they're working, digging out and lifting up steel. And above them, you have 55-story buildings that are very possibly going to be pouring down on them any minute. And they're working like nothing's wrong. I mean, they're amazing.
Again, that respect for blue-collar workers, right? And it was them who were the first ones. I mean, I forgot, right? I forgot. Like how great it was to have respect for people like that. Here we got another, was it another clip from around the same time?
Do fine.
Donald, what do you think about all this? You're a developer. You've built buildings all your life.
Well, there's never been anything like this. It's disgraceful. And I hope we attack fast. I hope we find out who it is and go fast.
He can be president for life. I mean, like everything he says I like. Okay, I'm just saying, him and Vivek Ramaswamy, okay, together, everything would be better, right? I mean, after the first year, after they like, okay, him, Vivek Ramaswamy, and public floggings, right? I would love civil servants who stop Brexit happening to be publicly flogged, right? Oh, God, everybody's slow walked here. And you know what? You publicly flog the first 15 of them, right? And then you'll find the rest of them fall in line real easily, right? Of course, I'm not advocating violence, just a appropriate legal response, which, sadly no longer incorporates flogging.
Okay.
Why'd you want to come down here today?
I have about 100 men working down here, so just to spur them on. Hi, folks. Hi, folks. I have over 100 men out, and I hear doing an amazing job, so I just want to give them some support.
These are men from here in development?
Yeah, men from my company. We have another 100 coming in a little while.
Okay, it was such an incredibly uniting moment that we looked up at George W. Bush, who, let's face it, is a bit of a twat, right? We actually looked up at him. Okay, whoa, what a great leader.
And how long have they been down here?
They've been down here for about a day and a half.
What have you talked to other developers? Are they donating their time, their men's work?
Well, I hope they are. I haven't really focused on that, but we have a lot of people coming down here and a lot of people down here now, and they're brave guys. A couple of them got hurt, but we're...
And the background guy saying, Baba Booey, Baba Booey.
I'm just want to spur them on a little bit.
What did you think when you heard about this?
I was just down to Ground Zero. Ground Zero is a disaster. I've never seen anything like this. I hope we act very quickly. I hope we find out who did it and act accordingly. And do fine. Act accordingly and quick.
This was before we even knew about Al-Qaeda, right? I think Bush was pretty good at giving that speech, but man. Who was he running against? Oh, man. Bill, what's it, Gore? What's his name? I can't remember. Not Bill Gore. Simon Gore.
Do you have any plans to donate money to the Widows and Children's Fund for the fallen firefighters?
I've done it over the years, and it certainly sounds like a good idea.
I love the Donald. I love the Donald, mate. Look, you had me at moving the embassy to Jerusalem. I had to tell you, right? And freeing Rabushkin, who's now dead, but was jailed for many years, essentially for being a Jew who was right. You want to watch out for that. But look, I think the only movie star. I mean, there was Steve Buscemi went down to Ground Zero. He was a volunteer firefighter. You don't see him much anymore. But Woody Harrelson, right? Woody Harrelson, freaking got a lot of respect for Woody Harrelson. So he's been talking a lot recently, and again, it's the same blue collar truth, right, which I think is going to change the world. But this blue collar truth that we're going to see in these two clips. So he's promoting. I'm not sure what movie it is, but we'll find out.
Guy who just thinks it's abominable when a superpower with all this military might, with no provocation,
talking about Ukraine, yeah, right,
attacks a country that is, Iraq, Afghan, I'm sorry, Korea, no, sorry, Ukraine. Terrible.
Good for you, Woody, mate. Good. There's some serious bullshit involved. And then, is this from this year? I think that's on Saturday Night Live this week. Sounds like it is, but this here, he's talking about a movie plot.
The movie goes like this. The biggest drug cartels in the world get together and buy up all the media and all the politicians and force all the people in the world to stay locked in their homes, and people can only come out if they take the cartel's drugs and keep taking them over and over. I threw the script away. I mean, who is going to...
Do you hear the silence in that audience? Because they're like, but wait a minute. He's talking about us.
Going to believe that crazy idea?
Yeah, look, Woody, mate, lot of truth going on, lot of truth. And, this is why they can't work out in the media why their bullshit isn't working, right? Because their bullshit is not working. Let's look at something fun before we get to the chat. There's a couple of fun things to look at. Should I say that one? There's one I'll maybe I'll save it tomorrow. I don't know. But here, have you ever wondered where cute little doggies come from? Do you ever want to? Well, wonder no more, right? Here is how cute little doggies are made. It's a very beautiful process. Thank you very much. Now here's something I saw. Where was it today? And I never noticed before. It's from not Revelation of the Daleks. Which one would it be? Is it Revelation? No. Yeah, one second. Dalek stories. Let me do a quick Dalek guide. It was which one? No. I missed it. No, not Army of Ghosts. Not After Planet of the Daleks. Resurrection of the Daleks. There you go. We're into the R names by them. Right. Where Fifth Doctor throws a Dalek out of a Docklands window. This is before the Docklands was gentrified. Where is it? Yeah, but check this out. I really never noticed this before. Look how shit this Dalek model is. I mean, what the hell? How did this fool anybody? Look at it. It's like, I guess it's only going to be on screen for a second, but look at that. It is shocking. Nice explosion. Nice explosion indeed. Anyway, with that, let's get to the chat. This was supposed to be a shorter stream, right? This was supposed to be a shorter stream. We'll find out. I don't know. Colin Archer was the first. There you go. First is the best. Can't answer your question. Spin-off acts. Because I have very little interest in one. Me too. I've so little interest. I mean, like, what I think the 60th is going to be like, the specials. Fun stories with replete with trans propaganda, right? Enough with the nobody minded trannies beforehand. It's just like this is relentless propaganda. Say, oh no, it's totally normal and good to be transvestite, not transvestite, trans. Transvestites are fucking normal compared to what we got today. So yeah, I guess so. As predicted, spin-off acts, the show is DOA. Hi Archer. That's the rumor I'm hearing, right? They were talking about the spin-offs, but like, I don't know. I don't see Disney being able to pull it off, right? I really genuinely do not see them being able to pull it off at this point. I mean, again, you've got the Comcast. I think Comcast are essentially taking them out with this Hulu acquisition, right? They might have to come. We'll find out at the end of this month. They might have to come with 30 billion. They don't have 30 billion, right? Disney's being broken up. They might sell off the parks division, and that they may well be selling off at a loss at this point for how much they've damaged that brand. That Star Wars hotel, man, how did again? We all predicted it perfectly. We all knew exactly what was going to happen, but bloody hell. How much can you be proved right? So Disney knows their deposit is non-refundable, right? Says David Tennant. Well, yeah, they ain't getting the money back. Let me tell you, we actually had in the Rabbi household a fraught moment, right? My son's getting married in about a month and a half, and they booked the hall, right? They booked the hall. They did that quite early on. Then they went to see a function in it, and they realized they didn't like it. It was too small. Right, so they found this other hall, closed on it on Friday. Thank God, deposit down. But they gave a small deposit to the original hall, and the guy was like, "Oh no, if you cancel, you're gonna have to pay 30%." I'm like, "What?" So they worked that out today, right? But they did get you have to put down look, the new hall they're at is a much more professional one, which you got to put 30% down. Don't blame you. The other one you had to put down $500. But then we were going to go. Was it tomorrow? Thank God we're not going tomorrow. You have to do a tasting. You have to go for a tasting of all their different things on the menus to pick out what to have on the smorgasbord. We'll go. Actually, we'll go over what are the menu options, right? But yeah, as you go in, I don't know what a non-Jewish wedding is like. right? But when you get there, you've got like a thing called the Schmorg, which is these different food stations with different things, right? Yeah, you can have a sushi one, yeah, this one. So the one I really liked is I wanted the fish and chips one. They have fish and chips and little cones. Yes, I like that. I like a bit of fish and chips, mate. Are the spin-off acts? I don't listen. We can't say anything for sure right now, right? But I think so, right? I just think Doctor Who in general is screwed. It's like they really seem to be about trans propaganda, right? The whole thing seems to be about trans propaganda when the public has said, fuck off, we're done. And not fuck off to trans people. It's like we were fine with you guys, right? Nobody had a problem, right? No one had a problem whatsoever. But we're done with you trying to convince us that this isn't weird, right? It's like trying to convince our kids, like, oh yeah, you should give this a go. Cut your dick off, right? No! Will you stop with that, you weirdos? Right? And if you want to do it, you do you, but don't try and indoctrinate my kids with your propaganda that cutting your dick or your tits off is going to be something that brings you joy in life, right? Because I don't think it will, right? The reason I don't think it will is because the data tells me overwhelmingly it will not. Suicide rate remains constant, right? And you know, it's like doesn't seem to be a cure-all. Anyway, so Matthew Burrows, are they cancelled? I don't know. Darren M is here. How you doing, Darren M? Thank you for joining us. Matthew J is here. I do like your second and third Doctor Avatar. I've always enjoyed your second and third Doctor Avatar. The Sovereign says, yes, tell me why don't RTD like money? Because he has too much of it, obviously, right? That must be a thing. Dalek, I'm not scared. I just oiled myself. Well, okay, then, oiled your nipples. That's good to go. Trump and Brexit, 2016, the year we struck back. Yeah, and 2017 to now, the year they continually struck back at us by kidding us relentlessly in the bollocks, right? Our experts are up. Everywhere else in Europe wants out of the evil WEF-controlled EU elite. Yeah, but the people in control will say, no, that's our power. Leave us alone. Right? We are never, ever giving up the power. Again, bring back for public floggings for the civil service, right? Public floggings for the civil service. I think that might be a good idea. Paul Taylor says you live in Scotland where nobody in favour of it. Yeah, I don't understand why, right? Again, what European policy do you particularly like, right? I mean, honestly, it was really down to the immigration policy. It was just that. And screw you, they reinstituted that that pre-Brexit, that Remain immigration policy by just having it done illegally and turning a blind eye to it, right? It's crazy. But yeah, look, I don't understand why you people in Scotland were like, yay, let's have no cultural identity and be completely controlled by arseholes who don't even live in the same continent as us, right? I do not see the advantage of it. But like, here's the thing: like, people voted for it, and they just aggressively didn't get it. And I can't stand the argument that says, "Well, it's not possible." Really? If I hold a gun to your kid's head and say, "Work it out," I think you'll work it the fuck out, don't you? I just don't think you are motivated enough. Public floggings, right? Public floggings for not being able to work out how to implement Brexit. Brexit would have fucking happened, right? Brexit would have totally fucking happened, and it never did. Jonathan Cox is here. How you doing, John? Thank you for joining us. Where are we up to? Fine. Whizzing through the chat. She cried. And they haven't even arrested me yet. People always try and sabotage the best ideas for their own ends. Yes, because people are cunts. Oh, it's just beyond me, right? I mean, this is going to sound really stupid, right? Could you imagine how good life would be for everybody if the Palestinians decided to be friends? They decided they didn't want to kill us, but they wanted to coexist with the Jews and live with us, right? And just as in any Jewish area in Israel, a Palestinian, an Arab, a Muslim, a Christian can live and have the same rights and be have a good life. Could you imagine how good it would be, right? Gaza, right, is prime vacation real estate. It could be a paradise. right? We could, like, again, for what? For what are we having this? Are we at each other's throats for? Why? For what? For what do they want to? You want to kill us all? And let's say you kill all the Jews, right? And the Palestinians get their wish and they get to kill all the Jews. Then what? Then you're going to have your group kill that group and that group. No one's going to be fucking happier, right? Everybody would be much happier if we were just nice to each other, right? How crazy is that idea, right? No. Colin Archer says, the problem, I think, is we have far too many politicians and civil servants. Bring back flogging. That's what I said. Let's say don't have the same view of what's best for the country as then we do. Exactly. But again, you bring back floggings, they'll work it out. They'll work it out, right? Tzvi Lebetkin finally comes around to the what's the Heinleinian position? What's the Heinleinian position? I've read Heinlein, but yeah, let me try. Let me see if I can look that up. Heinleinian position. He cried. I hope this isn't a weird gay sex position. I don't know. Did Robert Heinlein believe in God? Let's see what he says. It concludes with the traditional Heinlein note that the moon is a harsh mistress or time enough for love, that freedom is to be found in front. There's a 1984 novel, Job, A Comedy of Justice, is a sharp satire of organized religion. Man, organized religion, that's another thing that should be torn down. That's from somebody who really deeply believes in God, right? It totally looks like, yes. Joseph, any news next Doctor Who collection set? No, I'm like kind of happy we're getting season 20. Let's have a quick look. Let's see if we can guess, right? I've certainly heard murmuring. Season 15 is one that I keep hearing murmurings about. 1 second. Doctor Who episode guide. So I know they've done work for season 15, Key to Time, right? Is it? No, no, also Key to Time. 1 second. Let's have a look. So we go share screen. Doink. And we could get a curveball and another one of the let's see over here. Fine. We could we could get a black and white, but let's go over here. Let's go to the later one, season 19. So 26 is done. 25 would be great. Oh, I'd love season 25. Right, Greatest Show in the Galaxy, Happiness Patrol, Remnants of Dark, even Silver Nemesis. If you're high enough. Colin Baker's done. Have they? They haven't released. No, they haven't released season 20 yet, have they? I don't believe so. No, I don't think so. Fine. So no, season 21. I mean 21. They haven't released 21. They've only released one. Yeah, they've only released 19. Fine. So I don't think 21 is up for grabs. Season 18, I believe, has been released. Right, 17's been released. Right. So 16 is. So you got 15, 16. And 15, 16, and 13, right? That's what's left of Tom Baker. So I think 16 is the one that there's been most work done on it, right? For Planet of the Spider, no, I don't. Did they do Planet of the Spiders? Season 11. 1 second. Let's look at this. Doctor Who the collection. Let's do it that way, right? I could just look behind me, right? Let's see what we got. Fine. So that's what's going on. So we got 7. Yeah. So we're missing 13. What do we have with? We got 8. Season 7, I'm not sure there's been so much work done for you, but I love to see season 7, 8, 9, 10. So it's 7 and 11 for Third Doctor, and 15, 16 for the Fourth Doctor. So I'm going to say Keaton, either 15 or 16 would be my guess, right? For the next one. And I'm invariably, or a black and white one, right? Or a black and white one, which I would be happy to see, right? I would be genuinely happy to see. Doink, let's get back to the chat. 6 or 15? I would say 15, maybe 6. What do they need from season 6? What are they missing? Season 6, they got Dominators, Mind Robber, Invasion, Croton, Caesar Dead, Space Pirates. So they have to do some kind of reconstruction for the Space Pirates, and it's kind of shit from what I understand. Right? So I don't know. I listened to the audio of it years ago. Who knows? But then again, with AI, like anything is possible, right? Anything is possible. Just again, we watched this yesterday, but I'll show you this quickly because it's so good. 1 second. To this bit where he's regenerating. So again, this bit I am convinced they filmed somebody in a chair in a virtual environment, and then they put a deep fake of Patrick Troughton's face on him. Essentially using the same technology they use for those deep fake porn, right? Things.
Jamie, Zoe.
So this will be a really interesting way to do reconstructions, right? I mean, I think this will be doable.
Exile.
I mean, it will certainly be. You know what? I think you could have a fan group do it, and it'll probably work well. I colorized Tomb of the Sidemen, says Joseph Admiral. Oh, can we see it? Matteo Conti, we've been talking on Twitter. Matteo's like, do you still think this the new era is going to be good? No, look, if it is fantastic, and I remind myself that I had zero hope for the Picard season 3, like 0, and it was brilliant, right? Brilliant. Do you think the underlying story could be good enough to shine through the BS? No, because I think the normies, who are the power that matters, have had enough, right? I think the normies are just like done with this bullshit, right? So I don't think it's going to do well. Where are we up to? Where we are? Paul Tozen is here. Thank you for joining us. Conrad says service guarantee citizenship. Oh, there you go. A bit of Starship Troopers. Honestly, I think that is the best way of dealing with the massive illegal population, right? That if you want to do a couple of years national service, then you get citizenship, right? And you get like a resident visa for your parents. But honestly, I think it's the best way. Desmond Mayer says the soda engine. I'm only trying to build up what are my cat's confidence backups into going outside. Well, good for you. What else we got going on here? 5. So Paul Tozen is here. I think we're caught up with the chat. If he loses his sonic up his ass like Jinx Monsoon who lost the condom, he'll need to stick out his bum every time he wants to unlock the doors. It wouldn't shock me, right? It would not shock me if that's what they did. It genuinely would not shock me at all. I mean, like the news that Redacted is back. For fuck's sake. Now, okay, let's go. Share screen. So I reviewed the first couple of episodes of Redacted and they weren't very good, right? But I got a community strike on my channel because of it, because they didn't like me criticizing it. Listen, here's the thing. It struck me it struck me that this was trans propaganda in that it was showing 3 normal, fun-loving trans women who are just normal, and they fight aliens too because of their podcast, right? And the characters are, I found, completely narcissistic, which I think is probably a reasonable reflection, right? I don't think it was that was a stretch. Like, they were complaining about Oh, I remember my mother when I transitioned. Oh, she was the worst. Excuse me, yeah. Maybe we think you're destroying your life, right? Maybe you think this is going to be a very bad thing for everybody, right? Like, and this idea of saying your family doesn't give a shit about you because they don't want you to surgically alter yourself, right? As a child, right? Is just sick, right? I think it's absolutely sick. So Redacted returns. Charlie Craggs, Freddie Carter, and Who's Who of Who starring a second season of Redacted. Redacted debuting on BBC Sounds. Yeah, do we have a? Hang on. Let me just see if we get the whole press release. But like, if this is like that, Rusty Davis is on board for. It's bad news, mate. It is. It's bad news. This diamond logo doesn't help, right? It just does not in any way help. I mean, it's what was that thing I found earlier? Hang on. Let me take this off the screen so I can find it. It's over here, I believe. Doink. To go to, I think you can go over there. Open this up. And where is everything? I'm scrolling through things I saved. Oh, here we go. Fine, share screen. Right, listen. Meet Shane Murnan, elementary principal at wherever this place is. Shane is a drag queen who performs for children and reads books about gender to kids while dressed in drag. Shane has also been previously arrested on child porn charges. Would you want this person in charge of your school? Look, it's these are real, genuine concerns, mate, right? This person doesn't look like they're entirely healthy, right? It just does. This doesn't look like it's good for anyone. So, I think having propaganda that redacted, essentially something that should be for children, about this fringe lifestyle, which is very, very often inhabited by these dodgy, strange people wearing massive fake breasts, right? Very highly sexualized. I don't think this is child-friendly, right? And I'm sorry, Russell, this isn't an attack on gay people, right? In any way, shape, or form. I just don't think people who have been arrested for on sexual charges is something you want to be mixing with children, right? Doctor Who podcast will return next week with 6 brand new episodes to celebrate the 60th anniversary. Nothing they've done to celebrate the 60th anniversary, like with the exception of Once and Future, has been any form of a celebration for me whatsoever, right? The second series of Redacted, made by BBC Studios for BBC Sounds, will be available on 18th September. Juno Dawson returns as lead writer alongside Charlie Craggs, Lewis Chamimba, and Holly Quinn Ankra, but not the lead writer from the last one, who was threw a hissy fit because they were fired because they were a nightmare, apparently. While Series 2 welcomes a host of guests from around the world, Doctor, including Freddie Carter. Who's Freddie Carter? Angeli Mohindra, Dervin Kilwan, and I don't know who any of these people. Alexander Armstrong was from that crappy The Doctor, Widow, and the Wardrobe, I think, right? So who is this? Freddie Carter? Doctor. Let's try Freddie Carter, Doctor Who. Doctor Who. I have no idea. Freddie Carter. What episode was he in? When was he ever in Doctor Who? What's this guy's connection to Doctor Who? Hang on. Let's see. Find. Let's do a search for Doctor. No, there's no reference to Doctor Who whatsoever. What's he got to do with Doctor Who? Okay, well done. So Freddie Carter's in it. Doctor Who and Beyond. Okay. Lead writer Juno Dawson, who looks totally normal and together. I'm so excited, she says, that Doctor Who Redacted is back for a second series. It feels particularly special to be part of such a big year. This year's been shit, darling. Relentlessly shit. We got a stellar cast and welcome guest stars, both old and new, into Cleo, Abby, and Shauna's corner of the Doctor Who universe has been brilliant. Leave me alone. I can't wait for fans to hear the series and see what's next in store. No one's going to hear it. Nobody cares, right? No one's going to hear it. Nobody cares. Following from last year's debut series, Cleo, Abby, and Shauna are still hosting their podcast called The Blue Box Files. And, oh God, the acting was shockingly bad. Like, oh, I saw a blue box. What do you think that means? I don't know. Oh, my mum's upset that I'm trans. And that's what it felt like. That's what it sounded like. It was crap. About their attempts to track sightings of the mysterious blue box that crops up through history. Can Capaldi come up with it? Come out and say, well, what's wrong with you, fellas? Usually coincides with some huge apocalyptic event. Oh, God. You don't have apocalyptic events. You have an apocalyptic event. And please may it come soon. Last year, the podcast led to them to save the world from a psycho killer virus with the help of a mysterious alien called the Doctor. If it's Joe New Doctor, which I probably was, the only mystery is how on earth she got cast. But now Cleo has only Cleo has a memory of those events. She's and she knows there's something out there, which is why she's going spare. Yes, she's repaired her relationship with her mum. Did her mum accept her, cutting his dick off or whatever they did? But her life hasn't caught. Fire. Meanwhile, her best friends Abby and Shauna have coupled up, and so that's called a gay romance, isn't it? And Cleo can't help but feel like a third wheel. She's focusing on the important questions in life. Says, are giant rats invading East London? Oh, fuck off. Then an enigmatic spaceman lands into Cleo's life, and it's not the Doctor this time. Apex Cotstra has it all. Style, looks, good looks, teleportation. But is he always saying, oh, God, leave me alone? This is bad. This is very bad. So, John the White, right, puts again one of the greatest Twitter accounts to follow, X account. BBC, why are you hiding this post? Aren't you proud of the record of the people you hired for the franchise? So I don't know anything about this, but I'm going to read it, right? So Spacecrafting said, it's written by a man who gets off writing sexual books about and for 12-year-olds. That is true, actually. While promoting his idea that they can be born in the wrong body. What is this wrong and doing near Doctor Who? So I guess this is, I don't want a dead name or whatever, pre-trans Juno Dawson, which has written some dodgy books, right? About sexuality aimed at children. How is this a good thing, right? I don't understand. How is... but of course, I bet on Twitter, everyone's going, oh, yeah, Slay. Oh, greatest thing ever. Let's see if people... Because, like, Twitter is full of these weirdos, right? 54 comments. I bet 80% of them are like, yay, bestest ever. Oh, you got John the White's one. That's pretty darn good. I'll find, there was Ella Watts as well, who threw a hissy fit, right? That sadly I won't be working on it. Whilst I was clear I want to remain on project, I was replaced by the BBC with that explanation or application process. Yeah, God, process, leave me alone. Holy shit, it's actually coming back. I wonder who will be in it. Man. Okay, so this is actually getting more of a lambasting than I thought. Are you hiding replies to point out that the author of Redacted also writes inappropriate books for children? Shut up, says one way. No, says Spacecrafting. Okay, because it's probably not relevant to tweet that people are going to want to see and talk about. Well, it is kind of relevant, right? I'll class a 12-year-old as a child, but like what? Like this is clearly a divisive subject. I thought Juno was booted from it. No, Juno Dawson returns as the lead writer. So this is really quite negative. Is this like an audio story? No, kind of is. So Warrior the Fairy King. Now they're saying, yay, bestest ever. Ella Watts was fired. I don't know what this actually means. This picture. So the people are happy about Freddie Carter. It doesn't listen. It's not going down as bad as a Doomsday, right? But not going down great. So here's another thing that is like just making me freaking crazy. Now, where was this? Hang on. So over here, this right. So I was relatively excited when I heard about this, but now the details have come out, and this is insane, right? So this is a Doctor Who musical celebration. Look at this, age limit 18 plus. What? Listen, it's a family show. You're supposed to be able to take your fucking kids. And like, no, because I think it's a show now where, I guess the way they want to keep Doctor Who family friendly is by keeping families out, right? So this person, 100% welcome beyond welcome, probably on stage. Join BBC National Orchestra of Wales and the BBC Singers, directed by Alistair King, as they celebrate the glorious sounds of Doctor Who. Well, I guess, why would you send children nowadays? Children don't watch Doctor Who anymore. They stopped watching it years ago, essentially because of Jodie Whittaker. Featuring I Am the Doctor, Abigail's song, This is Gallifrey, The Impossible Girl, Am I Not a Good Man? And that wasn't a great one, I'm afraid. Where was it? The Timeless Doctor theme. And was at the time, and the brilliantly imagined composers Murray Gold and Segulan Akinla. Segulan Akinla's version of the theme tune was, like everything else in the Jodie era, shit, right? Absolutely shit. Had no idea what it was doing. He was hired because of his skin color and no other reason. If he was white, it was white and he was called Reg Smith from Clapham, he would not have got the job. It's that bloody simple. Right. And yes, I'm not saying he was diversity casting. Right. I'm saying Chris Chibnall wants to feel good about himself. Right. And says, I'm going to help underprivileged people like black people because I look down at black people because I'm a racist, because I'm a liberal. Trapped back in time from the 60s, 70s, and 80s, featuring synthesizers from radiophonic veterans Mark Ayres and Peter Halliwell. Plus a look ahead to the 60th anniversary year. Age limit 18 plus, right? Special guests include Rusty Davis, Stephen Moffat, and Chris Chibnall. Fuck me. He just had an interview out, and I started listening to it. I fell asleep. It is boring. He's a boring guy, right? Tickets will be allocated on random draw, which you can't get anymore. They're done, okay? You can apply for a maximum of 2 tickets. Good luck. This is not family fair. Right? This is not stuff for a family. And it used to be, right? Here, one sec. Can I find like at least a trailer for Doctor Who Here Comes the Monsters? Doctor Who Here Comes the Monsters. Let me try and spell that right. Monsters Stadium Show. Where is it? Is it? How about show? Oh, let me try. Spell comes right. No. Live show maybe. Live show. No. Where is that? Oh man. Because that looked just freaking awesome, right? Doctor Who live musical. Let's try musical show. Is that it? Matt Smith. Oh, how is this so hard to find? You used to be able to have the whole thing on it. No. Orbital, no. Really? I can't believe I can't find this. That's cray-cray. Doctor Who Stadium Show? Let's try Stadium Show. Stadium Show. No, I can't find it anywhere. That's freaky. Let me Google it. Let's see if Google can find it. Matt Smith live stadium show. Doctor Who Live. Was that it? Yeah, let's try that. Doctor Who Live. Is that the one? No. Oh, here we go. There you go. So here is a segment from it anyway. In fact, yeah. There's a couple of clips here. There we go. So YouTube downloader online. Doink. It's the first one. Yeah, I mean these clips are pretty short. Oh, come on. Doink. There you go. There's that one, and let me see if I can find another. This is from the 2010 prom. Right? I heard there was a bunch of like Remain flags at the proms, like the very jingoistic, nationalistic thing. Here we go. Doink. Fine. Remove. So here, it's a video file. Okay, firstly, look at all the bloody kids in the audience, right? This is a family show. And it was so clever. They incorporated Matt Smith in it by putting him in like this, this square cage, right? Which was basically just a back projection on four sides. It was just really clever. Okay, fine. They're just going around saying delete. Okay. Oh yeah, this is great. They pulled somebody up for the audience. How much fun is this? It was fun.
You have been upgraded.
Yeah, 1 second. And then this is from the proms. A long time since the 50th anniversary. Here, I got another thing clips from here comes the Doctor Who Live, I think it's called, right? Yeah, but just it's filled with kids, right? It's what it should be. I'm telling you, and I'm not even exaggerating. Some of the happiest moments in my life was watching the David Tennant years with my kids when they were little. Oh God, it was glorious. I hope by the time I have grandkids, Doctor Who's back and it's great again. Let's zoom forward. So we had the Cybermen come out. That's Nigel Planet, right? Neil was Morganson. This is basically a sequel to Carnival Monsters.
Excellent servants, because they don't ask questions, you see. Thank you. It is our pleasure to serve.
Yes, so we get a bit Matt Smith.
Much in common with you Homo sapiens. But they're from downstairs. A long, long way downstairs beneath the Earth's surface.
Yeah, so basically the plot was you get to see lots of monsters, right? I'll just whiz through, see if we get... oh yeah, this is Nick Briggs comes in as Churchill. These are Churchill. Such a great concept, man. It really is. Well, I want to see the bit where he gets trapped, right? Which is Yeah, that's this is Nick Briggs as Churchill back when the Union Jack wasn't something to be embarrassed about, or Churchill for that matter.
Tell me, did we win? No, can't say. Ladies and gentlemen, your Prime Minister stands before you in the greatest of need. And I cannot pretend to understand this situation, but I know a man who can. I appeal to you.
He's actually very, very good at this, Nick. This is one of the best performances I've seen him do.
Can any one of you direct me?
Oh, there you go. So yeah, nice video insert, but like it gets better.
Hello, Winston. Hello. Look behind you. What? Up here. Where? Oh, Doctor, I can see you. And I can see you and all your friends. Hello, everybody.
Matt Smith is so great at interacting with children. Again, that I think is such a cornerstone thing to be the Doctor, to be able to interact with children.
Oh, come on. Give me a big hello, Doctor. Surely you can do better than that. Come on, one more time. That's better. You're having a party, a very big party. Why wasn't I invited? Or am I
I'm just smiling from ear to ear watching this. It's wonderful.
already there? I'm not dancing, am I? Doctor, this is serious. I have been kidnapped, taken into the future, and paraded in front of these good people like some piddling poodle. What? Your future when? What year? 2010, judging by the length of that lady's skirt. Winston, this is serious. That's what I said. Doctor, listen. I was in my office the 4th of June, 1944. I was planning the Allied landings in Normandy.
Like what size of a theater stadium could Jodie Whittaker fill out? Yeah, one second. Do they have it right? Oh, hey, yeah. And then you had the Jejune appear. Right.
Oh, goodbye, Wendy.
There's something so incredible about seeing these things in real life. I mean, I love this. Yeah, Nick Briggs plays Churchill, Colin Archer in this stadium. But do we see any Matt Smith trapped? The vampire lady. Let's see if there's another set of clips. Hang on, maybe. Where is it? Where is it? Part 2. Let's try this. Hang on. Here it comes. Doink. Video file.
Ladies and gentlemen, please remain in your seats and stay calm.
A bit of Weeping Angel. Oh, here, look at that. Look at it again. Oh man, Doctor Who when it was fun and it captivated children, right? And made us excited. Oh, but no, 18 only. 18 only. I can't believe it. Like live clips. Let's see if we can find. No. Ah, it's a real shame. Let me say live. Let's say try stadium. So that comes up. Oh, well, this is just the Weeping Angels bit. Oh, Oh, this might be the right thing. Let's give it a go. Hang on. But again, I just found it such a clever way of making Matt Smith part of the show without him having to be there. Yeah, file.
Has Forkinson gone? Right. We're
He's interacting with the freaking audience and he's not there.
Well, hello, Nish. Keep it down. He mustn't hear us. Right. I'm going to stop this madness, get right to the heart of the problem, and at some point I may need your help. Pay close attention. This is a complicated science of words, you think. I've programmed the TARDIS materialization circuit to respond to the sound wave picked up by the sonic screwdriver, which will bring the TARDIS to me if I'm in trouble. But it'll only work with a sound wave created by thousands of people. You. Now, if I need...
I can imagine Jodie Whittaker doing this and just patronizing and talking down. He's talking to them on their own level, right? Tom Baker did this and he was great at it.
I'll shout out the word Geronimo. And you need to shout it back really loud. All of you, each and every one. Got it? Geronimo. And it won't work unless everybody does it, including adults and early teenagers who don't really do this sort of thing. Quick practice to lock the sound waves into the materialization circuit.
So much fun.
Right, okay, just a loud whisper this time. 1, 2, 3, Geronimo. Oh, no. One more time, a bit louder. 1, 2, 3, Geronimo. Perfect. Next time, if I need you, loud as you like. Right, nearly there. There's nothing to fear. I have the situation totally under control.
Music by Murray Gold is freaking perfect.
There is everything to fear. I have the situation totally out of control. Good luck. And whatever you do, don't blink.
Again, he's just playing with the audience so well. Oh, shame. That's not the. I still. Okay, I'm going to do one more time. Search to see if I can find see how they incorporated Matt Smith into it. That's the intro song. Could this be it? Oh, that might. Here, let's how Doctor Who Live Liverpool. Let's try that. Liverpool. I'm a long-haired lover from Liverpool. That was actually my first words. Genuinely, it actually was. That really was my. Is this it? Let's give it a go. Hang on. I remember at the time I got all the clips from the entire show, so I got the whole story. They should have released this on DVD or something. It probably would have made money. Let's try this one. It's not downloaded yet. Come on. Really? What's taking so long? No. I was coming. It's coming. She cried. Let me see if there's any more on this guy's page. What am I up to? There you go. Now downloaded. And seconds. The Daleks come out. You had a flying Dalek at one point. Look at that.
Daleks, you would make a good Dalek. You were all part of our plan. You will be witness to the Daleks' greatest triumph. Morganson!
Hello? What? What are you doing here? You're not part of my collection. What do you want?
You are a prisoner of the Daleks.
No, I'm just a humble collector, a simple showman.
I haven't done anything. You have done precisely what the Daleks programmed you to do. No, this is my show. This is my minimizer. I invented it. No, we did. The Daleks implanted the idea of the minimizer into your brain. We knew you would use it to capture the Doctor. Every move you have made was part of the Daleks' master plan.
Even though the Teletubby Daleks were kind of crap, this feels like a really good comic book adventure.
He was right! He was right! The Doctor is also in our power. The Doctor? Well, what do you want with me then? You and these humans. Behold the new Dalek paradigm. Strategist.
Oh, man, this should have been so much better, right? Okay, I think I might have found more clips. Okay, all right, the Proms. This is from 10 years ago. And oh man, I've got to go back further. Back, Sutek, back. Oh, fine. And let's get watch the end of this clip.
Strategy 100% effective. Scientist.
I mean, this really should have worked. I love the different colors and the livery, and they can all do different things.
Prepared for activation. And the eternal time parameters calculated and locked. A new future begins now. I'm so sorry, ladies and gentlemen, but you're on your own. Nothing immediately. Activate containment field. Bring the Doctor from the minimizer. He will be exterminated.
I can. What? Like, I still think this design could have worked somehow.
Hold on. What is this?
Yeah, this is finally. Look how clever this is. Back projection on two sides. It makes it feel like it's in a 3D.
Cage. Oh, good. How are you still there? And don't forget, if I need you, shout Geronimo, yeah? And anyway, who put me in a cage? Doctor. Oh, it's you. Who put me in a cage, eh? The Daleks. I should have known you were behind all this. There is no escape, Doctor. The Daleks are finally victorious. You fell victim to our deception. You came here to rescue Churchill and the humans.
Again, look, that's the end of the clip. Here should be a quick look. We'll have a quick look. And now I've seen the bit I wanted to see. But yeah, let's have a share screen. It's a Chrome tab. So we'll have a quick scan. It was 12 years ago, right? So it should be around here somewhere. McFly, blimey. Come on, open up. Any more? Okay, come on, we're nearly there. All right, 11 years ago. So yeah, this was 12 years ago. So really, Saturday Night Live at the Liverpool. This, if you want to know what's going on at the Liverpool Echo Arena, go to this guy's YouTube page. Right, he has it all there. Still nothing. I think we're going to give up. I think we basically did everything we wanted to do here. My point is this: like 18 plus. What a schmuck, right? Okay, I'm at the. Oh man, so maybe if I have to go back up here. Where is it? Doink, whizzing through. Oh, what's that? Here, we'll do find Doctor. Here we go. Doctor Who. Where are we up to? Lots of Doctor Who Q&A. Oh, here we go. No, synthetic spectacular. No, let's keep going. Until we come up with something. It's in Cardiff. Classic medley. Name of the Doctor. Oh, The Proms, final chapter. Convention, 2000 and TARDIS set tour. That sounds cool. Aha! Doctor Who Live! There you go. And then you've got the Flying Dalek. Is it worth it? Daleks versus Cybermen. Fine. Let's get these last couple of clips. And then we'll move on. I want to talk about the spin-offs, right? Doink. Oh, I think. One second. Yeah, the plot was I think he unleashed the monsters to attack the Daleks. Yeah, I was never like a thrilled that when they if I have to go right back to me, I'll forget it. Fine. I just lost some place. Never mind. Doink. Video file.
Cybermen! No! This planet belongs to the Daleks! Cyber weapons cannot penetrate Dalek armor! We are...
Yeah, okay, when you had the Dalek Cybermen fight in Doomsday, they should have taken out a Dalek. I'm sorry.
A superior species! Negative! Cybermen have developed new weapons. Anti-Dalekanium plasma bombs. Exterminate the Cybermen! Delete the Daleks! Delete!
Could you imagine seeing this as a kid? Oh my god, my eyes would have been like saucers.
Exterminate them! Exterminate!
I mean, the 18+ rating on the new one, of course, means you can have a plentiful arse fingering by Jinx Monsoon, which I'm sure is going to go down. Yeah, look, this looked fun. Excellent job, right? Excellent job. I just don't see that happening right again, right? Something else I don't see happening, the spin-offs, right? Disney is, how do I put this? From a financial point of view, fucked. Disney is, they got to come up with a lot of money to be able to buy the last third of Hulu. Now, they might be able to flip it and like save themselves that way. But I think that might be a Disney killer. I think it might be a Doctor Who killer as well. Doctor Who star Gemma Redgrave responds to unit spin-off reports and addresses her return for season 14. I have to tell you, one of the most boring characters I've ever seen in Doctor Who was Kate Lethbridge-Stewart. She was better in the cheap BBV. Was it BBV or real-time production downtime played by somebody else? Yeah, she's just boring as hell. Gemma Redgrave plays Kate Stewart in Doctor Who and addresses unit spin-off for season 14. During her recent appearance in the talk show Good Morning Britain, Redgrave admitted that she knows nothing about potential unit spin-off. It ain't happening. It ain't happening, darling. I don't know anything about a spin-off. Yeah, I think it's exciting rumors there. Redgrave status. Then she said a funny anecdote. Somebody in my book club did message me and said, "I saw you. I saw something about you having a series." And she said, "I've heard nothing. I shall call my agent." Yeah, no, they recast you. They probably recast you with a trans person. You know, because trans rights are human rights, baby. Redgrave also shared the excitement about coming out of Doctor Who for season 14. I have been asked, and I've been back for one episode in season 14. It was such a wonderful thing to be part of that family. The actors enthusiasts, I've never taken it for granted, and I will be back. But it's absolutely tremendous to be part of Rusty Davies' new vision of Doctor Who. So I guess you're a tranny too, then. I mean, because that seems to be the only thing they care about. Whilst discussing her upcoming season 14 appearance, she revealed that she'll be sharing scenes with Millie Gibson's new companion. Why haven't we seen more of Millie Gibson in every sense of that word? She's not even in a scene with Shooty Gatwa. I worked with Millie Gibson while Redgrave hasn't had an on-screen encounter with Gatwa's doctor. She expressed a desire to star alongside him. Yes, it's called Money. Just like her father, Brigadier Lethbridge should. Nothing like him. He was great. Man. Okay, here's the truth. You're not going to be looking for voice clones of Kate Stewart 50 years from now. You are going to be doing that for you. We do that now for the Brigadier. Right? Reggae's first appeared as Kate Stewart opposite Matt Smith in season 7, episode 4, Power of 3. That was her first episode? God, no wonder she's a bland character. She was invented by Chris Chibnall. Then she was in Dare the Doctor, went on Peter Capaldi. The future of Doctor Who. Not looking great, mate. Doctor Who will be returning to the screens with this year's 6th anniversary specials, which marks the beginning of Rusty Davis's new era as showrunner, titled The Star Be Swap, Wild Blue Yonder, and The Giggle. These specials will feature David Tennant's blah, 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 blah. We know. It's going to be a 6th. Who gives a shit? Okay, we know. Fine. Let's see if there's any new Doctor Who news going down. What? Best Jodie Whittaker 13th Doctor Who episode. Okay, we're going to deal with that tomorrow. That sounds insane. We'll do the 6th anniversary poll for Jodie. Yeah, it's got to be a laugh, right? Doctor Who just dropped to 15 years side by side. Yeah, we saw that. Not really that interesting. Matt Smith and Jenna Coleman reunite for Charity Day. Okay. Yasmin Finney. Fucking hell. Doctor Who character revealed out in Perth. Yes, I know. It's Donna's daughter with a dick, right? Donna's daughter with a dick. I'm aware. Yes, they've mentioned that once or twice. Okay, I don't care. They get Sarah Jane Adventures stars in Redacted too. Yeah, let's see who else they're having in it. Blah blah blah. I mean, the Angelina. Well, she's basically been in anything, right? She was in that Jodie episode, and I felt bad for her. Look, a job's a job, baby. A job's a job. There's been a lot of Peter Davison hate recently. I think we might deal with that tomorrow as well. Right? That's kind of crazy. Fine. You know what? I am going to wrap up. I said I'll do a shorter show. A little bit shorter. And I think Dan's on soon. Let me just check, right? I think Dan's got a show starting. Is it in a half hour or an hour and a half? I'm not sure. Hang on. Subscriptions. Doink. What time does this start? So this is starting in 90 minutes, right? So this will be fun and frivolity, right? They're talking about the Ryan Gosling thing. I still so couldn't care, right? Isn't Angela married to Sacha Baron? Yes, she is. And whenever they're on, was it behind the TARDIS, whatever, the thing on the Blu-ray, she looks stunning. Oh my God, does she look insanely stunning? Here, let's see if I can find a quick clip of that. That will be, I know exactly what that one is because it's in season 9, I believe. Hang on. Where we go. Doink. Yes, here it comes. Thinking about it. Doctor Who. So the third Doctor. This will be. Let's try Terror of the Autons. Yeah, Behind the Sofa. Behind the Sofa, that's what it's called. Yeah, this is back just post-COVID. Oh no, they still got the Perspex thing behind them. Right, here, 1 second.
Right, so we are going to be watching John Pertwee's season.
Yes. And the amazing thing is, not only will we get to see Roger, but Katie Manning is in this season
from Sarah
too.
Jane.
From Sarah Jane, yeah, she came and did an episode.
Okay, let's see if we can get a better shot of Angela, because she is freaking stunning in this. And I do quite like Sacha Dhawan's reaction to the mother. See, Sacha Dhawan is a good actor. He's an intelligent actor, right? He knows what he's doing, right? It was kind of a bummer he was wasted on this.
Trailer
Yeah, he does.
Start the scene.
Yeah, he does.
The heck out of you. Well, I am
Oh my
usually referred
God.
to as the master.
Oh, wow, look at him.
Universally.
Wow, he's so like
Stoic.
stoic and got that real like don't mess with me sort of sneer, hasn't he?
Unfortunately, I need you, Russell.
And this, of course, was...
Yeah, oh, that's Stuart Bevan. That's a nice little combination. Anyway, with that, hey, let me just say hello to people I missed. John Famlaw, how you doing? Mark the Vickles here. How you doing? Thank you for coming. Thank you for going. Gareth Morgan is here. How you doing, Gareth Morgan? I think I saw Lonnie earlier. Is that everybody? I think it's everyone. Your first ones were Jimmy Bloody Osmond. No, Mike, were from Jimmy Osmond. I'm a Longhead lover from Liverpool. Let that sink in, ladies and gentlemen. With that, I'm going to hit the end broadcast button. I'm going to hit it again.